Hello friends and welcome. I'm excited you're here. I'm back with another emergency card kit in the middle of the month, no less. I needed teacher cards. My kids went back to school this week and we always hand out cards with gift cards in them. And so here's what I made. If I'm going to make a kit for me, I'm going to share it with you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sarah Liz, and I am on a mission to make card making more affordable and more accessible to everyone. To do this, I release free printable kits on the first Friday of every month, and then sometimes like this, little mini kits in between. The best part is my kits have sentiments in the same interchangeable sizes. So if you don't need teacher cards, you can still use today's layout and fun fold with a different theme and easily swap pieces in. If that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more inspiration. Let's take a look at the kit. This is kit 115, Superhero Teacher, and it's a mini kit, but there are 10 pages. The first 2 pages are completely free. The rest are for paid membership at any tier. I'll tell you how to get things in detail along the way, but let's dig into our sentiments. This page is called a quick quad. There are 4 sentiments, but they're in 4 different sizes or shapes, so they'll best fit whatever card design you're working with. You're one amazing teacher, classroom superhero. Today's homework, treat yourself. Thank you for absolutely everything. That black printed circle is a little bigger than 1 3/4 of an inch. So if you just wiggle your punch or your die until you can't see it anymore, you'll know you have things centered. Down below that, we have our tuck strip sentiments. So when you cut it out using the black tick marks, you're gonna have extra white space right here. So you can tuck that underneath another image or something else on your card. Use the black lines and you'll need a matte layer that is 3 inches wide by 1 inch tall. If you don't want that extra space, then use the optional cut line that's lighter. It's in like a purple color, and you'll use a 2 inch by 1 inch mat. Over here, we have our larger rectangles, 2 1/4 by 1 1/4 inches, and here 3/8 inch strip sentiments. We have 2 bonus sentiments, best teacher ever, and you deserve a brain break. So this page is black text on white, and the next one is white text on black. These first 2 pages are completely free and they're linked in my Patreon. So in the description box below, you're gonna click more and it will open up. And there will be a link to the post you need in Patreon that is for this kit. The kits are always linked at the bottom of the post. Patreon is a membership platform, but I have a free membership. So there will also be a tutorial linked there showing you what my Patreon is and how to join for free. Paid members at any tier get all of the rest of the pages as well. You can actually grab it from the exact same post in Patreon. Down at the very bottom, they let me put, like, they call it a paywall, but it's a membership wall. So if you're a paid member and you're logged in, you should be able to see the 10-page version of the kit linked there as well, okay? The first thing you get is this page with 8 different ephemera pieces, our little light bulb. We have a couple of overflowing teacher bags. I'm a teacher, if you don't know this. Do I need to be bringing a ton of stuff to school? No. Do I do it? Yes, absolutely. A gift that says, for you. This one says, off duty, you earned it. And then we got a bunch of brains because we need more brains. Do we need... I think we do need more brains. I need more brains. Feels like it some days, okay? So that first page has it with the printed circle, but this one has it without the printed circle. What this does is it means you could just use your circle punch. You don't need to fussy cut or anything. And this is great for those tuck strip sentiments. But here, this is better if you're gonna use your scan and cut or something like that. And so I have this page included. If you are a Sassy champion, you get all of the images from every kit as resizable image files. So you could even resize these, put them on tumblers or on tote bags to give out as teacher gifts. There's tons of great ways to use this, okay? The next page just gives it a background. In fact, I have 2 different background options for you. It's sort of a watercolory, bokeh-ish background. So light blue and purple. And then because I'm always in the need of like super duper last minute teacher cards, I made some of the large format sentiments. They're 2 3/4 by 4 inches, and we're gonna make cards with these today. I love these so much. So we have your one amazing teacher, classroom superhero, today's homework, treat yourself. Thank you for absolutely everything. And you just use the tick marks to cut them out, okay? So this one has a white background. Then we have our blue background. and our purple background. I'm actually missing a page. The other page in the kit removes the background and the images, so it's just the sentiment. So if you want to add your own stamped images or die cut images, you can absolutely do that. All right, let's make some cards. So I have a 2-inch circle. Mine is a scallop circle, but plain is just fine. This is a 5.5 by 4.25 inches of pattern paper, 3 inches by 11 inches in teal cardstock, and a card base that's 5.5 by 8.5 inches scored at 4.25. But I'm gonna rotate it so it opens at the top instead of the bottom. Then we're gonna glue our pattern paper onto that card base. I thought this pattern paper was just perfect for teacher cards. It's actually from Kit 107 Game On. I'll link below to everything you need for Kit 107, the video where it came out, the Patreon post, all the things. But it's a kit that's really got like pencil games, crossword puzzles, Scrabble, card games, those sorts of things. Really, I wanted to stretch out beyond the video gamer things that I've seen before. Then on our long skinny strip, I scored at 2.25 inches, and then I'm just gonna burnish that. We're creating a little gift card pocket here. If you didn't want to put a gift card in it, and you certainly wouldn't have to, then cut this 2.25 inches shorter. So here's the flap, right, and below that fold, and I'm gonna put glue as far to the outside edges as I can. I want to leave plenty of room for that gift card. I prefer wet glue here. If you use a dry adhesive and you wiggle that gift card the wrong way, it can get stuck in the dry adhesive on the side. I'm using Gina K Connect glue, which I've never used before. I would love to know people's thoughts on it. I couldn't tell if it was still tacky when it dried, but it certainly functions a lot differently than the Barely Art that I normally use, but my glue press was clogged. So I was like, let's try out something else. So I wrap this around my card base by just pressing it with my fingers instead of using my scoreboard. If I had just scored a 4.25 inch section, what happens is that it's a little short on the front. You lose a little cardstock as it goes around the top. And so this gives me a better fit, and I have just a little bit of extra that I can trim off. It's about 1/8 of an inch. And then that creates our little fun fold, okay? So our gift card slides right into that pocket, and then the actual card will open downward. I want that flap to stay fairly shut, so I'm using just a little foam dot. I got these from a Cherry on Top. I don't know if they have them anymore. I'm trying to use up my stash of foam things. And you can see it just barely overlaps our gift card pocket. For our sentiments, I'm gonna pull this into my trimmer, and I'm cutting from the bottom tick mark to the top, but I'm leaving that header intact. So I get these little strip flappy things, right? Very official, strip flappy things. I rotate, but then I can still see the tick marks on the side, and I can cut these out, and I will have 4 perfectly sized sentiments. I love these so much, you guys. I hadn't released a teacher kit in the spring, and I felt a little bad about that. So this was perfect. And now I've got a few extras in my stash, though these particular 6 cards were in my house completed for about 10 minutes before we had to go to back to school night. So I have 5 other pieces of solid colored cardstock, 3 inches by 11 inches, and I scored at 2.25. And I like to assembly line things. I'm not going to show you every piece of every single card, but I don't make bulk cards very often, so I thought I'd show that process in case this isn't something you do very often. I like to have gift card holder cards on hand. We give gift cards to teachers. We give them to like people who come and mow our lawn when we're out of town. If it's a relative, we'll give them, like my son's swimming teacher just moved on. He's going off to college, and so we gave him a little gift card. I just think it's a nice way, especially when it's sort of younger people serving my family and my children, to say thank you. Once I get all of those little gift card pockets created, then I just, again, kind of one at a time, glue these to the back. So I try to leave myself about 1/2 inch, maybe slightly less than 1/2 inch on that right hand side. It doesn't have to be perfect, my friends. This is actually an adaptation from a card sketch that came out in Emergency Card Kit 12, August of 2023. And the large sentiment back then was a different size. I've sort of standardized them. The large sentiments are newer, particularly this year. And the original sketch has 3 strips of cardstock that go down that right side where we have all that pattern paper. There was a lot going on with the pattern paper. I didn't feel like I needed that extra accent and didn't want to cover up that much of the pattern. So that made this particular version of the card a little easier, a little faster, but you could add those on there if you wanted. You can easily go find Kit 12. After I made the first 2 cards, I started pulling these off after I'd pressed them with my fingers around the edges, just really enforcing that score line with my bone folder, but also making sure it was straight. The first one I put together, the score line was not parallel to the bottom of the card. It's just slightly crooked. Don't look too close. I don't know that anybody's going to care, but this made sure that the front lined up with the back and that it was on there straight. I left all these little tails to trim off at the same time, so I'm not constantly picking up my scissors and putting them down and going back and forth and back and forth. Then, I will look and see if I can find these little dot foam pieces anywhere. For something like this where I'm mass producing, I do love that it's got that little tab to pull it off. Most of the time, I just use like scrapbook.com's 1mm foam. It's a little more economical than a lot of the other options I have. So I cut out 2 pages of our large format sentiments, and I just did them all on white background since I'm using so many different colors of cardstock. So when I cut all those 3-inch strips for our gift card pockets, I now have these leftover pieces that are 2.5 inches. What you could do instead is cut that down to 2 1/4 and make a really similar type of card, but use the other large format sentiments that are 2 inches by 4 inches. That 1/4 inch strip could be used to create the 3 cardstock strips that are in sketch 12 from that early emergency card kit. So it would be almost a no scrap card sketch, which I love. I am trying another glue. This is Karen Berniston's favorite, and it worked great too. I have a little arthritis in my right hand, so the Gina K glue bottle was easier for me to squeeze than this fine tip bottle, but that's always going to be the case with a fine tip. You have to squeeze a little harder. I wanted a die cut embellishment, and so this is the shape card that's like a coffee cup from Trinity Stamps. It's so good, you guys, and there's so many great holiday add-ons. I'll try to link you to just like that whole collection below. I'm just using the circles, not the circles, the hearts and the stars, you guys. My kids went back to school today and I'm losing my mind. That's what's happening. So I stacked each of those die cut pieces up 3 times to get some dimension, and I'm going to use my 1 3/4 inch punch to get a circle of white glitter cardstock. I like a little shine on my cards. Sometimes it's some gems, sometimes it's a specialty cardstock. This is white cardstock from Michaels, glitter cardstock from Michaels. It's no shed. I use it all the time, and it's pretty cost effective because I know sometimes our specialty cardstock gets a little crazy, like a little nuts. So if I can find that, I will link that as well. And then I'm just adding a little glue onto the back and centering our embellishments. I will say, I wish I had stacked all these pieces up before I added those on with the foam dots because they're just a little uneven. I cut into a magnetic mat sometimes, and it means those beveled edges are really, really deep. So it's almost like the glue sits inside a pocket. And you really have to press down to get good contact, especially on something like a glitter cardstock or a specialty cardstock that's a slicker surface. So I'm just centering my little circles here. That scallop circle is from one of the first die sets I ever bought that wasn't Stampin' Up. I have a ton of Stampin' Up from years ago. It's Sunny Studios. If it's still available, I'll link it. But this is how they turned out. I've got 3 circles and 3 scallop circles. I've got 4 different sentiments. I love that this pocket is narrow enough that that gift card stays in there. You don't have to worry about it falling out. And I like how it folds down to open all the way, my friends. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this is inspiring. Let me know what kit you'll use this card sketch with. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.